So in this video, we're going to look at creating a Zoom meeting. Specifically, I'm looking at ones that early childhood students can attend since they don't have Office 365 accounts. So to do this, we're going to go to zoom.us and log in. And this should be your district email. And then whatever you picked for a password when that invitation was sent to join Zoom. If you don't remember what you picked for a password, I suggest that you use the forgot password option to reset it. Once you're signed in, on the under personal, you're going to go to meetings and click on the meetings tab. And then it'll bring you to this page. From here, we're going to schedule a new meeting. And then we're going to fill out the information about the meeting. So I'm going to do my meeting. I can set any timestamps here, how long I think it's going to last. Meeting password, you're going to have to pick a meeting password. I would choose something easy. I think you could do something like 475, but if you're trying to keep people out, 475 might be something that they would guess right away. So just pick something easy here. Video, I leave the host and the participant one off to start with. You could turn it on so it's automatically turned on when they start. That is going to be up to you. And then audio, you could do computer, telephone, both. That's up to you. Meeting options, enable join before host. I would leave that off. That way they don't click on the meeting and they're in there without an adult. Mute participants on entry. This will be up to you. So would you like their microphones to be off when they first come in? Enable waiting room. I would leave this on because then you can look at all the names that are in the waiting room. And if you see one that you don't recognize, you can choose not to allow them into your meeting. Only authenticated users can join. Don't check that mark because your kids don't have the accounts to be authenticated. So don't check that. And then record the meeting automatically. I'd probably leave that off as well. Once you have all those set, we're just going to hit save. And then here's kind of a little layout for you. It shows what you checked. If you need to edit it, you can scroll down to the bottom here and edit that. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this URL. And now I'm going to go to my Schoology course. And wherever I want to paste this URL in, if I want it to show up between this tool and this page, I'm just going to click on this little plus sign. And I'm going to actually do add a page. You can type in your text here. And I'm just going to highlight that. And I'm going to hit the link button. And I'm going to paste in that link that I copied and hit insert and create. If I needed to, if I changed my password, I could always add the password in here too. But they shouldn't actually, if they're using this direct link, they shouldn't have to put in a password to get there. It should kind of like auto do the password for them. Now when I'm ready to start this meeting, I'm going to go ahead and hit meeting link. And I'm going to click on the link for the meeting. And you'll see it opened up a separate tab. And I'm going to go ahead and open Zoom for the desktop. Your students are going to need to open the desktop version of Zoom as well. If they do the start from browser, what I've seen so far is it requires them to sign in. And you do not want them to make a Zoom account. You want them just to hit open Zoom. It should allow them to download it and then open up. So here's my Zoom meeting. I'm going to go ahead and say join with computer audio. And the next thing I would do before anybody can get on, and this is probably for a security purpose, is to go to where it says participants. and go to where it says more down here at the bottom and make sure that this allow participants to rename themselves is unchecked. So if I leave that unchecked for right now, and on my student account, I go over and I click on the meeting link to join. Here it is. We have that waiting room. So I can see what this person's name is. They can't change it at this point until, they wouldn't be able to change their name until they're in the meeting. So setting this up before the meeting starts is important because it basically, however they're pulled in from Schoology is going to be where their name, what their name is. Okay. So now if I recognize this name, I can go ahead and hit admit. And now they will be in the session with me. So that's just kind of a quick tutorial on how, if you have an early childhood student, how they can get to your Zoom meeting without having an Office 365 account, and kind of a security feature to make sure you don't have unwanted guests joining your Zoom meeting. Some other options that you do have when you're in the meeting is if you have somebody you need to kick out, you can click on that person's name and you could remove them. Or you could put them back in the waiting room where they basically just sit until you allow them to come back in. If you have other teachers, this is the other way. If you have other teachers joining you, if you click more, you could make them a co-host. If you make them the host, they'll take over your rights, but you can make them a co-host. So if you need help with the moderation or changing kids' settings, things like that, you could go ahead and have a co-host to help you as well. So there's just kind of a quick, hopefully a little more helpful tutorial of getting started with Zoom with the early childhood staff.